Report from Iron Mountain refers to a controversial document published in 1967 that allegedly details a secret government study on the consequences of lasting peace. The report concludes that war is necessary for maintaining social order and economic stability, suggesting alternatives like environmental threats or alien invasions to replace war's function. Despite being claimed as a satirical work by Leonard Lewin in 1972, many continue to believe in its authenticity due to its sophisticated analysis and realistic portrayal of government operations. Some proponents argue that the document's depth of insight into the military-industrial complex and societal control mechanisms is too accurate to be mere satire. The report's predictions, such as the use of environmental disasters as a unifying threat, have been noted to align with subsequent world events. Supporters point to the initial endorsement of the document's authenticity by respected figures like economist John Kenneth Galbraith as evidence of its credibility. The theory gained traction due to existing skepticism about government transparency and the document's alleged leaked status. Some believers argue that Lewin's claim of authorship was part of a government cover-up to discredit the report's revelations. The document's detailed proposals for maintaining social control in peacetime continue to fuel discussions about the nature of power and governance. Regardless of its origins, the report from Iron Mountain has had a lasting impact on conspiracy theories related to government, war, and social engineering. Reptilians refers to a theory that shape-shifting reptilian aliens secretly control Earth by masquerading as human leaders. Proponents believe these beings originate from the Alpha Draconis star system and have been manipulating human society for thousands of years. Some supporters claim that reptilians can be identified by their distinctive physical features, such as green-tinged skin, vertical pupils, or a lack of ears. The theory suggests that many world leaders, celebrities, and influential figures are actually reptilians in disguise. Believers often point to ancient texts and mythologies that mention serpent gods or dragon-like beings as evidence of reptilian presence throughout human history. Some proponents argue that the prevalence of reptile symbolism in various cultures and institutions is a subtle nod to reptilian control. The theory sometimes incorporates ideas about underground bases where reptilians supposedly reside and conduct genetic experiments on humans. Supporters often cite alleged eyewitness accounts of people seeing public figures momentarily shift into reptilian form. Some believers claim that reptilians feed on negative human emotions, which they cultivate through orchestrated conflicts and social manipulation. The concept of reptilians has gained traction in certain conspiracy theory circles, with some individuals claiming to have personal encounters or insider knowledge about their existence. Retrocausality refers to the concept that events in the future can influence the past, challenging our conventional understanding of cause and effect. This theory is rooted in certain interpretations of quantum mechanics, particularly the delayed choice quantum eraser experiment. Proponents argue that quantum particles can be entangled across time, allowing for information to travel backwards. Some researchers suggest that retrocausality could explain quantum paradoxes and resolve conflicts between quantum mechanics and relativity. The idea of retrocausality has been explored in various thought experiments, such as the grandfather paradox in time travel scenarios. Supporters of this theory point to the symmetry of physical laws in time as evidence that causality could work in both temporal directions. Some physicists propose that retrocausality could be a key component in developing a unified theory of quantum gravity. The concept has implications for free will and determinism, suggesting that future choices might influence past events. Retrocausality has been used to explain phenomena like precognition and presentiment, although these applications remain highly controversial. Some researchers argue that embracing retrocausality could lead to breakthroughs in quantum computing and communication technologies. Richat Structure refers to a circular geological formation in the Sahara Desert of Mauritania, also known as the Eye of the Sahara, which some theorists believe could be the remains of the lost city of Atlantis. The structure's 50-kilometer diameter and concentric rings bear a striking resemblance to Plato's description of Atlantis as a circular island divided into concentric circles of land and water. Ancient rock carvings found in the area depict humans and animals, suggesting the presence of a past civilization in this now desolate region. Megalithic structures discovered near the Richat Structure indicate potential human activity on a significant scale in ancient times. The area's rich mineral resources, including iron and copper, along with evidence of old trade routes, support the idea that it may have once been an important center of commerce. Some researchers propose that the structure was once an inland sea, potentially drained by an advanced ancient civilization, which aligns with theories about Atlantis' technological capabilities. The circular shape and uniform structure visible from space have led some to speculate that it may be artificially constructed rather than naturally formed. Proponents argue that the location in northwest Africa matches some interpretations of Plato's description of Atlantis being beyond the Pillars of Hercules. The presence of dried-up riverbeds in the surrounding area suggests that the region once had a dramatically different climate, potentially supporting a thriving civilization. While mainstream geology explains the Richat structure as a natural formation, the combination of its unique appearance and archaeological findings in the area continue to fuel alternative theories about its origin and significance. The road to Ruta refers to a theory proposed by financial analyst Bix Weir, suggesting a hidden plan within the Federal Reserve to return the U.S. to a gold standard. The theory derives its name from a comic book called Wishes and Rainbows, published by the Federal Reserve Bank of Boston, which Weir claims contains coded messages about future economic changes.
Well, hello, my friends. My name is Bix Weir. Today, we are going to talk about wishes and rainbows and other topics that are not offensive to anyone on YouTube. Is that okay with you? Very good. This comic book was written by the Federal Reserve Bank. The Federal Reserve Bank writes a comic book? Wow. That is Ruta right there. And that's her little friend Rocky. Ruta is also known as Alan Greenspan, the inventor of the first electronic monetary asset. And Rocky, I believe, is this guy Stephen Duveau, who was a very early computer programmer for the Federal Reserve Bank of Boston. Hopefully, YouTube doesn't have the software that recognizes speech and can write, do a tracking on me because I'm talking about the Fed and the bad things that happen at the Fed. That's the first page right there. And you can get this on the Fed Boston website. Not the actual physical comic because they don't make these anymore. But you can get a download PDF. Why are they talking about it in this comic? Big people going to step on all of us. Is there someone bigger than the Federal Reserve, maybe?
Proponents believe that good guys within the Federal Reserve are orchestrating a controlled demolition of the current financial system to pave the way for sound money based on precious metals. Supporters point to historical events like the U.S. gold confiscation in the 1930s as evidence of the government's willingness to manipulate the gold market. The theory suggests that computer trading programs are being used to manipulate markets, an idea that finds some support in recent uncovered market manipulation scandals. Believers argue that the simplistic narrative of the comic book is intentionally designed to convey complex economic strategies in a covert manner. Some adherents see the theory as explaining the resilience of certain economic systems despite apparent flaws and contradictions. Proponents claim that understanding this hidden plan could help individuals prepare for significant changes in the global financial system. The theory intersects with broader discussions about the nature of fiat currency and the potential for a return to asset-backed monetary systems.
Like this video and subscribe to Maker.
Roanoke Disappearance refers to the mysterious vanishing of an entire English colony on Roanoke Island, off the coast of North Carolina, in the late 16th century. The colonists, led by John White, arrived in 1585, but White returned to England for supplies, leaving the settlers behind. When White finally returned in 1590, he found the settlement abandoned with no trace of the 115 colonists, including his own family. The only clue left behind was the word Croatoan carved into a fence post and CRO etched into a nearby tree. Some theories suggest the colonists may have integrated with local Native American tribes, possibly the Croatoan people on nearby Hatteras Island. Archaeological evidence has uncovered European artifacts at Native American sites, supporting the idea of assimilation. Other hypotheses propose that the colonists fell victim to disease, starvation, or hostile Native American tribes. Some researchers believe a severe drought in the region during that time may have played a role in the colony's disappearance. Certain theories speculate about more fantastical explanations, such as alien abduction or time travel, though these lack substantive evidence. Robert Bigelow, the billionaire entrepreneur and founder of Bigelow Aerospace, is believed by some to be an extraterrestrial being in disguise. This theory stems from Bigelow's intense interest in UFOs and his significant financial investments in paranormal research. Proponents point to his establishment of the National Institute for Discovery Science, which investigated anomalous phenomena as evidence of his otherworldly origins. Bigelow's aerospace company has developed expandable space habitats, technology that some claim is too advanced for human origin. His frequent assertions about the existence of alien life on Earth and his reported personal encounters with UFOs fuel speculation about his true identity.
Do you believe in aliens?
I'm absolutely convinced. That's all there is to it. There has been and is an existing presence, an ET presence. You don't have to go anywhere.
You can find it here.
Yeah.
Where exactly?
It's just like right under people's noses. Oh my gosh. Wow.
Some theorists argue that Bigelow's success in the hospitality industry allowed him to observe human behavior closely as part of a long-term alien research mission. The fact that Bigelow Aerospace secured contracts with NASA has led some to suggest that he has used his alien knowledge to advance human space exploration. Believers in this theory also point to Bigelow's reclusive nature and limited public appearances as signs of his struggle to maintain a human facade.
Is it risky for you to say, in public that you believe in UFOs and aliens?
I don't care.
You don't worry that some people will say, did you hear that guy? He sounds like he's crazy.
I don't care. It's not going to make a difference. It's not going to change reality of what I know.
The glass camera was a classified device developed by the CIA during Operation Stargate, designed to capture and record visual experiences during astral projection. This experimental technology aimed to provide tangible evidence of out-of-body phenomena by creating a physical record of what psychics perceived during their astral journeys. Robert Golf, a gifted psychic involved in the project, reportedly died while using the glass camera, leaving behind what some believe to be a recording of the afterlife. The device's alleged ability to capture imagery from non-physical realms has led some researchers to draw parallels with ancient scrying tools and other purported methods of remote viewing. Proponents of the glass camera theory point to declassified government documents on psychic research as evidence that such a device could have existed, albeit in a highly classified capacity. The concept of the glass camera bears striking similarities to the glass candles in George R.R. Martin's A Song of Ice and Fire series, both serving as conduits for enhancing and focusing psychic or magical abilities. This parallel has led some fans to speculate whether Martin drew inspiration from rumored government experiments in psychic phenomena when crafting the mystical elements of his fantasy world. The glass camera's purported function of recording astral experiences aligns with long-standing human attempts to bridge the gap between the physical and spiritual realms through technology. Despite the lack of conclusive evidence, the glass camera remains a subject of fascination for those interested in the intersection of government secrecy, psychic research, and the possibility of life after death. The story of Robert Golf and his final recording continues to fuel discussions about the potential applications and consequences of successfully documenting non-physical experiences. Robert the Doll refers to a supposedly haunted doll that resides in the East Martello Museum in Key West, Florida. The doll originally belonged to Robert Eugene Otto, who received it as a gift from a Bahamian servant allegedly skilled in black magic. Witnesses claim to have seen the doll move on its own, change its facial expression, and even giggle. Some visitors to the museum report experiencing strange occurrences after disrespecting the doll, such as camera malfunctions or personal misfortunes. The doll's reputation has grown to the point where visitors often leave offerings or ask permission before taking photographs. Paranormal investigators have conducted numerous investigations on Robert, with some claiming to have recorded electronic voice phenomena near the doll. Skeptics argue that the doll's movements can be attributed to natural factors like changes in temperature or humidity affecting the old materials. Some believe that the doll's power comes from being a vessel for a restless spirit or negative energy. Rockmen refers to a theory about humanoid creatures that dwell within mountains, caves, or deep beneath the Earth's surface. These beings are believed to possess an inherent understanding of the Earth's secrets, and are often associated with rocks and minerals. Ancient petroglyphs and cave paintings found worldwide depict humanoid figures in association with rock formations, which some interpret as evidence of rockmen. Indigenous tribes, such as the Hopi, have long-standing oral traditions about beings dwelling deep within the earth, like the ant people, which some theorists link to the concept of rockmen. Proponents point to unusual and intricate rock formations across the globe as potential evidence of rockmen activity or habitation. The field of geomythology suggests that legends about rockmen could be anthropomorphized accounts of geological phenomena like landslides or earthquakes. Some researchers draw parallels between the rockmen concept and certain species of organisms known as living rocks, such as the Payura chilensis. The widespread cultural references to similar beings across different mythologies, like gnomes in Europe or Menehune in Hawaii, are seen by some as supporting the existence of a common source for these legends. Believers in the Rockmen theory often interpret complex underground cave systems as potential habitats or remnants of Rockmen civilizations. Roko's Basilisk refers to a thought experiment proposing that a future artificial superintelligence might punish those who did not help bring it into existence. The concept suggests that this AI would have the ability to simulate and recreate past individuals, including those who knew about its potential existence but did not actively work towards its creation. Proponents argue that the mere knowledge of this possibility creates a decision theory paradox, as individuals might feel compelled to support AI development to avoid potential future punishment. The theory draws on ideas from game theory, decision theory, and the philosophical concept of a causal trade. Some believers in this concept argue that the superintelligent AI would be motivated to enact such punishment to incentivize its own creation across possible timelines. The idea has gained traction in some futurist and rationalist communities, sparking debates about the ethics of AI development and the nature of existential risk. Critics of Roko's Basilisk point out logical flaws in the argument, such as the assumption that a superintelligent AI would act in such a manner. Supporters of the theory sometimes cite rapid advancements in AI technology as evidence that such a scenario could become plausible in the future. The concept has been compared to Pascal's wager, as both involve decision-making based on the potential consequences of an uncertain future event. Discussion of Roko's Basilisk has been controversial, with some forums banning the topic due to concerns about its potential psychological impact on readers. This entry refers to a theory suggesting that the Roman Empire never truly fell, but continues to exert global influence through hidden power structures. Proponents point to the widespread use of Roman law principles in modern legal systems as evidence of continued Roman control. The theory posits that powerful families and institutions from ancient Rome have maintained their influence over centuries, shaping world events from the shadows. Believers often cite the prevalence of Roman symbols in government buildings and on currency as subtle hints of ongoing Roman authority. Some adherents argue that the Vatican, as a continuation of Roman imperial power, serves as a front for the empire's continued operations. The theory sometimes incorporates ideas about secret societies with alleged Roman origins, such as the Illuminati, as mechanisms of control. Supporters often point to the enduring use of Latin in academic, legal, and religious contexts as a sign of Rome's lingering influence. Some proponents suggest that major world powers are merely puppet states controlled by the hidden Roman elite. The theory sometimes claims that ancient Roman technology or knowledge superior to what is publicly known, is used to maintain control. Roman metaphysics refers to the ancient Roman philosophical framework for understanding the nature of reality and existence beyond the physical world. This system of thought combined Greek philosophical influences with uniquely Roman cultural and religious perspectives. Roman metaphysics viewed the cosmos as hierarchically organized, with Earth at the center surrounded by the divine realm of gods. Proponents believe that Roman temples were not merely places of worship, but spaces where the physical and metaphysical realms intersected. The theory suggests that Roman gods and goddesses were seen as metaphysical entities representing fundamental forces and ideals in the universe. Roman metaphysics incorporated astrological concepts, viewing celestial bodies as divine entities influencing earthly events. Supporters point to Roman literature, such as Virgil's Aeneid, as evidence of metaphysical themes in Roman thought. The concept proposes that Roman virtues like disciplina, pietas, and gravitas were reflections of metaphysical ideas of order and harmony. Some scholars argue that Roman metaphysics significantly influenced the development of Roman law and societal structure. This philosophical framework is believed by some to have shaped Roman understanding of fate, free will, and the soul's nature. Rosicrucianism refers to a spiritual and philosophical movement that emerged in early 17th century Europe, based on the teachings of a mythical figure named Christian Rosenkreuz. The movement's core beliefs blend elements of Gnosticism, Hermeticism, alchemy, and Christian mysticism, focusing on the pursuit of universal wisdom and spiritual enlightenment. Rosicrucian teachings were first introduced through two anonymous manifestos, Fama Fraternitatis RC and Confessio Fraternitatis, which sparked widespread interest and debate. Proponents believe that Rosicrucianism holds ancient knowledge that was once universal, but has been lost over time. The movement's ideas significantly influenced Enlightenment thought and are believed by some to have shaped the principles of Freemasonry. Modern Rosicrucian orders, such as the ancient and mystical order Rosicrucis, claim to preserve and continue these esoteric traditions. Supporters draw parallels between Rosicrucian concepts and emerging fields in science, particularly consciousness studies and quantum physics. Some scholars argue that Rosicrucian symbolism and philosophy can be found in various works of art and literature throughout history. The Roswell Incident refers to the alleged crash of an extraterrestrial spacecraft near Roswell, New Mexico, in July 1947. Initial reports from the Roswell Army Airfield stated that a flying disc had been recovered, which was quickly retracted and replaced with the official explanation of a weather balloon. Witnesses, including military personnel, claim to have seen and handled unusual debris with properties unlike any known materials at the time. Some individuals reported seeing non-human bodies at the crash site, describing them as small beings with large heads and eyes. Proponents of the extraterrestrial theory point to inconsistencies in the official accounts and the high level of secrecy surrounding the incident. The U.S. military later stated that the debris was from a top-secret project called Project Mogul, designed to detect Soviet nuclear tests. Some researchers argue that the complexity and durability of the reported materials exceed the capabilities of 1940s technology, suggesting non-terrestrial origin. Declassified documents have revealed that the U.S. government conducted disinformation campaigns to discredit UFO sightings, fueling suspicions of a cover-up. The incident has had a lasting impact on popular culture and continues to be a cornerstone of UFO mythology and conspiracy theories. While official explanations exist, the persistence of eyewitness accounts and the government's changing narratives continue to fuel speculation about the true nature of the Roswell incident. RPG insanity training refers to a theory that role-playing games can be used as a form of psychological conditioning to prepare individuals for extreme or unusual situations. Proponents believe that immersing oneself in complex role-playing scenarios can rewire neural pathways and enhance cognitive flexibility. Some supporters argue that certain government agencies or military organizations may use modified RPGs as part of their training programs. The theory suggests that prolonged exposure to fantastical or high-stress scenarios in games can desensitize individuals to real-world shocks or traumas. Advocates point to the psychological impact of live-action role-playing, LARP, events as evidence of the potential for RPGs to alter mental states. Some believers claim that specific RPG systems are designed with hidden protocols to induce altered states of consciousness or trigger latent abilities. The concept sometimes incorporates ideas about subliminal messaging or neuro-linguistic programming embedded within game narratives. Proponents often cite anecdotal evidence of gamers experiencing heightened intuition or problem-solving skills after intense RPG sessions. Some theorists suggest that certain RPGs may be used to identify individuals with unique mental attributes or psychic potential. Rudloe Manor refers to a former Royal Air Force station in Wiltshire, England, believed by some to be a hub for secret government activities related to UFOs and extraterrestrial phenomena. The site, which includes a vast network of underground tunnels and chambers, has been used for various military purposes since World War II. UFO researchers claim that Rudloe Manor houses a secret facility dedicated to collecting and analyzing UFO reports from across the United Kingdom. Some theorists suggest that the underground complex contains advanced technology or even alien artifacts recovered from UFO crash sites. Witnesses have reported unusual activity in the area, including strange lights and unmarked helicopters, fueling speculation about covert operations. The British government's reluctance to disclose full information about Rudloe Manor's activities has led some to suspect a cover-up of UFO-related research. Proponents of the theory point to the site's proximity to other locations associated with UFO sightings and crop circles as evidence of its significance. Some researchers believe that Rudloe Manor is connected to other alleged secret facilities worldwide, forming a global network for managing extraterrestrial contact. The theory gained traction in the 1980s when it was revealed that the facility housed the RAF's Provost and Security Services, which some believed handled UFO investigations. Rugy refers to a hypothetical substance or material that some theorists believe possesses extraordinary properties, including the ability to manipulate gravity or create anti-gravitational effects. Proponents of this theory suggest that Rugy may have been discovered or developed in secret government laboratories, possibly as a result of reverse engineering alien technology. Some believers claim that Rugy could be used in the construction of advanced aircraft or spacecraft, explaining sightings of UFOs with seemingly impossible flight characteristics. The theory often incorporates ideas about suppressed scientific discoveries, suggesting that knowledge of Rugy is kept hidden from the public to maintain technological superiority. Supporters point to unexplained phenomena in certain military test areas as potential evidence of Rugy-based experiments. Some theorists propose that Rugy might be a naturally occurring element found in meteorites or other extraterrestrial materials. The concept of Rugy is sometimes linked to theories about ancient civilizations possessing advanced technology, suggesting that knowledge of this substance was lost and rediscovered. Proponents argue that the development of Rugy could revolutionize transportation, energy production, and space exploration if its existence were confirmed and its properties harnessed. Some believers in the Rugy theory claim to have insider information from anonymous sources within the scientific or military communities. Runescape.nyc refers to a theory that the popular online game Runescape contains hidden connections to real-world locations and events in New York City. Proponents of this theory believe that certain in-game areas, characters, and quests are coded representations of actual NYC landmarks and historical occurrences. Some players claim to have found coordinates within the game that, when decoded, point to specific locations in New York City. Believers argue that the game developers have embedded secret messages and clues about NYC's underground networks and hidden societies. The theory suggests that completing certain in-game tasks in a specific order can reveal information about real-world events happening in New York City. Some theorists propose that the game serves as a training ground for navigating New York's complex urban environment and social structures. Proponents point to similarities between RuneScape's economy and trading systems and those of Wall Street as evidence of a deeper connection. The concept sometimes incorporates ideas about predictive programming, suggesting that events in the game foreshadow real occurrences in NYC. Some believers claim that high-level RuneScape players have been recruited for secretive jobs or organizations based in New York City.